Welcome to the Line Haul Playbook. I'm your host, Emily Blair. Joining me in my virtual studio today is Rob Eckman with Lakeside International Trucks. I overheard some interesting conversation at the lunch table at the Line Haul Summit, and I wanted to ask you to clarify a few things for me about the S13 International Engine. Now, my perception had always been that it's pretty new, but what I was hearing is that it's not. Can you talk about that?
It's not it's new to the States, maybe a year and a half to 2 years it's been here. But because we got bought out by Volkswagen, they've had it on the ground over there for probably now 3.5 years. So, and they have millions of miles on this engine already. So it's, people don't like to buy a new product because they're afraid that they're going to get the engine that has all the bugs in it. This shouldn't have any bugs in it. It's got millions and millions of miles on it over in Europe. So I wouldn't say it's a new engine at all. It's a 4 or 5 year old engine.
Great. And another thing that I heard is that the fuel efficiency is really remarkable in this engine. What can you tell me about that? How did you accomplish that fuel efficiency?
Well, we accomplished that by a few things. First, this engine is built from the ground up. We didn't take another engine. People think we took the old 826 and evolved it to this S13. Those two engines are completely different. Okay, just want to make that clear. The S13 has nothing to do with the 826 or anything prior to that. It's built clean from the ground up by International and by Volkswagen. They spent 5, 6 years developing this engine. And the reason we can get better fuel economy are a few things. We have a bigger compression ratio. Most engines run anywhere from 19:1 to 21:1. Your X15 probably runs 20 to 21:1. We run 23:1 ratio. So we have a lot more combustion there. The PSI in our injectors, we used to be in the 30s, 30,000s. Now we're in the 20s, 26,000. So the pressure is a lot less. We have a fixed turbo. So we don't have the EGR gas running through the geometry turbo. When you do that with the EGR exhaust gas, you get it makes the turbo spin more. So they don't usually last as long as a fixed turbo. We have a fixed turbo. We don't have an EGR cooler, so that's uptime. We don't need an EGR cooler. We do not have a QLS sensor for the fuel, and we don't have a DOC, diesel oxidation catalyst. And then we have the marriage of the S13 and the T14. The T14 has 14 gears, so we have a couple extra gears. All of our competition runs at 12 speeds. We have 14 speeds, so that's one way we get better fuel. The DPF system, this is all one unit. The DPF, the S13, the T14, the filter in that thing is good for 650,000 miles. So when you get over 7, 8 miles a gallon, you can actually take these oil changes out to 50 or 60,000 miles, depending on the fuel economy. So a lot of people don't know that, but that's out there, and I can send that to anybody that wants it. I sent it to quite a few guys at the summit a couple weeks ago. But that's what gets us the fuel economy. And running this engine properly, we've seen a minimum of a mile per gallon better. So we do have demo sleepers out there, and offer that to anybody that would like to try it.
And I know you mentioned a lot of it has to do with the way it's driven. Do you have any tips for how people need to manage their drivers to make sure they're getting maximum fuel economy?
Some people, complain that they're not getting fuel economy. When you really dive into it, you actually find out how they're driving the truck. Your best fuel economy is anywhere from 62 to 65 miles per hour. If you're running 68 and 70, 72, and you're wondering why you're not getting good fuel economy, that's going to be one of them. The other ones are, the Jake brake sometimes isn't set right. And you really got to set up the whole engine for the route you're running. I mean, if you're running through the mountains, that engine's going to be set up different than an engine that's running flatlands. So it's all in where your route is and where you're going with the truck. Yeah, that's how you get fuel economy. So
If you're not sure if your engine is set up right for your route, what is a resource for making sure that you have the correct setup?
you have to go to your dealer. You have to go to me or someone like me and tell us what you're doing. When I say the Jake brake, people don't always use it right. A lot of owner operators, when you release the fuel pedal, that's when they want the truck to brake. And trust me, I drive a truck. I get that part. But as an owner, if I'm coming over a hill, and then you're going to get into the glide mode where you just glide down the hill, once you let off on that fuel pedal, it's braking already. So you're losing your fuel economy. So, people that get better fuel economy, they set that Jake off the brake pedal. So when you come over the hill, it glides down until you get a little, where you want to go, and then you hit the brake, and then the Jake brake comes on and slows you down. So there's ways to get better fuel. It's just, if you're going to run hard and just run hard and get the load there, that's one thing. But if you want to get good fuel economy, you can get it. Yeah.
Yeah, those are great tips. And then one more thing I wanted to have you tell us about today. What are International's plans for the S13 engine coming up to the 2027 carb compliance regulations?
The S13 meets the 2027 carb, so we're ready to go. Some questions I've heard that it may not happen. I think they're talking about extending it. Don't know if that'll happen either, but we're ready with the S13 to go there anytime. So.
Does it require any modifications from the 2025 and 2026 model years, or is it already there?
There'll be some computer upload, ECM, different programmable stuff, but the hard parts will be the same.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, it's a great engine. You got to try it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Rob. Really appreciate you sharing your expertise with us.
All right, thank you.